While officiating at the opening of the conference, the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, raised concerns about the current state of rule of law associated with violations of human rights.
That why should people who are not in uniform wield machine guns and do the job of law enforcement officers? To me, that is not acceptable. Secondly, I have also said that even when you are enforcing the law, you must act lawfully. The mere fact that you are defending the security of the state, that you are restoring peace, does not mean that you act outside the law.
The NAP for human rights is not just for policymakers. It is for every Ugandan. It is a tool to ensure that human rights are not optional. They are embedded in governance, in economic policies, in everyday life.
The development and implementation of a national action plan on human rights is an outstanding government commitment to the United Nations Human Rights Council and, more important, for promotion of human rights in Uganda.
My concern is about high-handedness, basically. Even in terms of violence, if you are coming to stop a demonstration, why should you storm a meeting and cause a stampede by beating up people? I've encouraged police officers to carry public address systems on their vehicles and inform any assembly that they should disperse. You can talk to people. These are human beings. They can understand the language.
The purpose of the action plan, the National Action Plan on Human Rights, is threefold. One, to strengthen legal and institutional frameworks for the protection of human rights, ensuring that they are robust, transparent, and accessible to all. Two is to promote awareness and education on human rights so that every citizen, regardless of their background, understands their rights and responsibilities. And three is to enhance access to justice and protection of vulnerable and marginalized persons, including women, children, persons with disabilities, minorities, and any other at-risk communities.
Meanwhile, Mao highlighted Dr. Kizza Besigye's case of being tried in High Court and guided the public, especially those demanding the total ban of the military court-martial, which inculcates discipline among army officers.
The government has nothing to gain from Colonel Besigye's suffering, but the government has a duty to uphold the decision of the Supreme Court, even when there are reservations and complaints and disagreements, but those decisions and directives are binding on everybody from the president down to the LC1. So I reject this very notion that anybody has something to gain by keeping Colonel Besigye in jail. If anything, it is those opportunistic opposition leaders in parliament who gain from Besigye.
The Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs seeks to deepen the culture of human rights across Uganda through collective action and national consensus building. The Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs seeks to deepen the culture of human rights across Uganda through collective action and national consensus building.